stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys a whole lot for subscribing to my YouTube channel. All of the support you guys have given to me, I appreciate you guys. We just hit 150k subscribers. Hey, so I just want to say thank you. Actually, don't take it for granted. Seriously, I appreciate you guys for the love, the support, and I just give you guys a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay, yeah. Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you how to cut a trendy sleeve. You all know that the season is around the corner, so most customers are going to be bringing dresses for you to make this season. So, and at times you might be wondering what kind of sleeve to complement a style. So this is one sleeve that can actually go for any beautiful dress. So I'm going to show you how to cut it. It's really simple and easy, and it's beautiful. I love this sleeve. Okay, so let's just get started. So I'm just going to use my sleeve pattern to explain to you, but I'm going to be freehanding it, so we're not going to be using pattern for all the indie patterns people. So we're not going to be using patterns, we're just going to use freehand. So I'm just going to reset my camera and then we'll get started. And if you want to register for my online classes, so you could see my number scrolling through the screen, you can send me a message on WhatsApp and then I'll tell you what it entails to join my monthly online classes. Okay, so for this trendy sleeve, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this this lace part for the top part, and then we'll use this brown fabric for the balloon. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use this pattern to draw our sleeve. So this is basically a basic sleeve. So what you are going to do, the sleeve, you are going to be cutting, this is the elbow part, you are going to be cutting a little part of the bicep. Okay, no, this is the elbow part, sorry, this is the bicep area. So the sleeve is actually going to be cut from this part. So you are going, what we are going to be drafting is, we are going to drafting a sleeve from this point just to your bicep. That's the top part of your bicep, and it is really simple and easy. So I'm just going to fold like this and then just check. Okay, so I have about 9 inches for my sleeve. That's what I'm going to use for my round sleeve measurement. So for this part, my bicep, you measure from this point to where the half cut is. So for that, I'm going to be using about 7 inches. So this is 7 inches. I'm going to add 1 inch because I'm going to be joining it. And then on this part, I'm going to come to this part. You know, normally I'm supposed to use about 5 inches, but because that's to take my slope, but because of the peculiarity of this sleeve, I'm going to drop with about 4 inches. This is 4 inches. So here is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take my pattern curve like this. Like I said, it is really simple. Put it on this long part and then you mark it up to this point like this. You just mark it because I've measured before, so I have about 9 inches. So I just mark it to this point, and then from this point like this, what I'm going to measure now is my round biceps measurement. So I'll take my tape like this. So for my round biceps measurement, it's actually 14 inches. I'm just going to mark like this, and then from this point I will do this. So you see the slope is already there. If it was a long sleeve, it would just be coming down. So I hope you see how simple it is to cut this. So we're going to cut this off now, and then we're done with the top part. The next thing we're going to cut now is the round and the down part of this sleeve. So for the down part of this sleeve, what I normally do, you know, is going to be pleated around that area. So I'm just going to measure what I have here. So this is 7 inches, which is 14. I'm really not going to, we could decide to double that. So for this, here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold my fabric. I'm going to double my fabric, because if you want it to have that bulkiness, you might want to double it. So I just cut off the excess that I have off like this, and then we will shape out this sleeve. So I'll just open it up. I want to double it, so that is why I have 4 pieces. Normally it's supposed to just be one like this. So for this kind of sleeve, normally if you notice, you see the top part of the sleeve is a little bit smaller while the down is wide. So here is what I normally do for this kind of sleeve. I'm just going to make sure that the down is wider than the up part. So I'll come like this to this part like this. I'll just measure. So I'm going to use about 10 inches for this, for the top part, which is 20 inches. That's from here to here. You know, it's, my fabric is folded into two. So this is 20 inches, and you know what I have here is 14. I have 14 inches here, so this is 20 inches. So you see, so you are just going to give it slight little pleats and then it fits in. But if you want it bulkier, you can increase it. And then for the down part, I'm going to come to this down part like this, and then I'm going to measure everything that I have here. I have about 13 inches. So you can make it bigger. You can make it as much as 15 inches, and then I'm just going to take this like this. I'm just going to slope it like this. You see, it is really simple, like I said. So at the end of the day, you find that it's having this kind of bulky nature at the down, while the top part is a little bit small. So this is just like the trick for this thing. So I'll cut off this part like this. So this down part, when you're cutting it, so you make sure you add your inches to it. So what I have here, I have about 14 inches. At the end of the day, it's going to be 12 inches because I'm going to fold 1 inch here and then fold the other 1 inch here to this one. That's, I'll use 1 inch, or okay, sorry, I'll use about half of an inch to stitch this part, and then I'll use 1 inch to fold this part. That's for my elastic casing. So you see how the sleeve is looking already. So I don't want to waste much time on this video. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut what we are going to use. You notice that it has something like a little flare. You can decide to flay it. You can decide to, for that you can decide to flay it, or you can just decide to pleat it. So what we are going to do for this, you are going to measure, depends on how big. I think I should use okay, let me cut out the top part of my sleeve first. Okay, so I've transferred to my lace pattern. The next thing we're going to cut now is the pleats that is on top of this part. So for the pleats, the lace that I have it will not be enough. It would have been so better for this, since I'm going to pleat it. So what I'm going to do for this, I'm not going to cut it out as a straight fabric, because so it's after pleating it does not like choke this part, if that's the right word to use. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to measure what I have here. So I'm just going to increase it, because you know I'm going to pleat this part. So I will just increase this part to about 9 inches. This is the top part, and then the length, so you could determine how long. So for this, I think I'll use about 4 inches. 4 inches is okay. So it's just straight. I'm just drawing a straight line, really. So the down part is about 9 inches, like the top part is 9 inches, and then the down part, I'm going to increase the down part to about 11 inches. So here's what I'm going to have. So just increase it a little bit, so to give it a little bit of freedom. That's opening. So that's why I did this. I don't want to cut it like a fillet. You understand? So I don't want to cut it like I don't want it to cut like a fillet, but you can actually cut like a fillet or use straight. So now we're going to start piecing our pieces together. I'm going to show you how we're going to stitch this sleeve. It's really simple. So this is the right side. This is the piece. I made a notch here at the center. So I'm going to take it like this. So it's facing the right side. And then I'm going to go and pleat this part. So it's easier that way. I'm just going to pleat this part here and then pleat it back, and then bring it back and join it to this part for you to see. Okay, so you see I finished stitching it. So you see how beautiful it is looking. So you see those parts that I made. You see how it is open. So the next thing you are going to do now, from the center piece, I'm going to take this again, I'll place it here, and then I'm going to go and pleat this now. Let it fit to the sleeve point, and then this one fit into this part also. So after pleating this part like that, I'll fold this down part like this. So like I told you, I said I'll double mine because I want it to be bulky. So I'll fold this down part, and then I'll insert my elastic casing and then join the side. So I'll bring it back and show you. Okay, so I finished stitching. So you see, this is how it's looking like. So the next thing you are going to do, so I've created my elastic casing. The next thing, I'm just going to hold it like this, so you make sure that everything is down. So you see how the inside of the sleeve is neat and clean. So I'm just going to hold it like this, and then I will stitch like this up to this point, and then I'll place my elastic inside and then stitch up this part. So once you place your elastic, you are just going to pull it to your right so it's going to be looking like this. So I'll just finish it up and then bring it back to show you the completed sleeve. Okay, so I finished sewing the sleeve, so I'm just going to put it on my hand for you to see. Okay, so you see how beautiful it is looking. So beautiful. So use this part, you can actually adjust it however you want to adjust it. So you see at the end of the day, so you see our sleeve, so you just stitch this part to your shoulder part. So you see it is looking like what we have on the picture. So thank you so much. If you find this video helpful, it's so beautiful. I love this sleeve. That's just like the truth. If you find this video helpful, I would appreciate if you hit on the like button to make me know you appreciate what I did. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.